What up, guys? What it do? You already know who it is, the one with the most, Karion. And I got my boy here, Mr. Clueless, because he always lost. But welcome back to another great episode of Redirect. I hope you like that new intro that I came up with. Nah, I really just thought of it on the way here. I said this is the perfect intro for our podcast.
It sounded like a whack intro to a mixtape. Like you down at the ocean front, so can you please listen to my mixtape? Sell them for $5. That's what it sounded like.
Well, we asking people to please listen to our podcast, so we on that level.
Please
listen to us. Yeah, we're gonna be the first people putting podcasts on burnt CDs. People gonna look at us like we stupid.
Sell them out of Hondas.
They're like, you ain't got no MP3?
Nah, just this CD. Let me give you guys the correct introduction. Welcome to Redirect, the podcast where we redirect your attention away from your stressors, your drama, and the things you can't control. We hope to give you some interesting perspectives, some laughs, and some redirection. That's what Karion was tasked with saying. However, he's a loose cannon and likes to do his own thing. So, you know.
Yeah, I know I just be winging life. I wing everything.
Anywho, Karion, not Karion. To the listeners, I am Devon, Supreme King, mindfulness instructor, best friend in the world to everybody who I'm friends with, lover of people, just a great person all around.
It's what I know, 95% of that Devon had to put down on paper and read in front of y'all because he don't know his own title.
I said it.
As we all know, I'm the host with the most, Mr. Sexy Flexy, Mr. Citywide. That's me, baby. I don't need nothing that written down for me.
Mr. Runner of Streets.
He got that written down on paper too.
I ain't had to read that one.
He got to pre-plan his jokes.
I ain't had to read that. I already knew that.
He got to pre-plan his jokes.
Did I look down at that paper?
You look down 20 minutes before here.
That's ingrained in my head, boy. I already know that.
Well, I already know you was in here rehearsing like B-Rabbit from A-Mile. Gotta get this down. Gotta get Karion just right.
And if I was, that's between me and what I do.
All right.
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in again. We hope that this can be your favorite podcast. If not your favorite podcast, one of the ones that you have in your rotation.
If not your favorite podcast, what you meant to say is we becoming your favorite podcast.
That too.
We taking over.
That too. Yeah, we're trying to do it.
Ain't no trying. We doing.
We're continuing to get better. Continuing to discuss how we can improve. So if you like any episodes, give us a like. If you see it on social media, comment. Even if you say it's trash, I'll take any comment at this point. Comment is a comment. We could have conversation if you say something. But share it. Share the link, share the YouTube post or whatever, and just, we're trying to generate some
word of mouth, anything.
Mm-hmm. Karion, how are you today?
Today is actually pretty good. Went out and got some breakfast and came over here. It felt good to be out the house. What about you? How you feeling today?
I'm okay. I didn't sleep too well last night, but
yeah, I ain't fighting your demons.
Got a demon like that. Fighting anxiety, boy. But yeah, I ain't sleep too well. I did eventually, but just still trying to recover from it.
I ain't gonna get too personal, but
not just sleep.
How was your week?
Stressful from work.
Well, just go ahead and quit that job and just.
I'm trying to, y'all. Let me quit my job.
Basket weave and make money.
Everybody watch the podcast so I can do something different. I can make so
much
money.
He only gonna get 10%. Let's know that right now.
From what?
Any profits we get from this, you only getting 9%.
Anyways, how was your week? I'm talking crazy.
For the most part, I feel like most of my weeks be a blur. I just be at work. I don't be remembering much these days. That's what happened when you turn 30.
I was just about to say that's what happened when you turn 30. You don't remember time.
Just mainly work and just trying to get better at my craft and my skills at work. So
what's your craft and your skills?
Counseling. So I can basically they should know that by now. If they listen to the podcast.
It could have been something else. You do play guitar, so I mean that may be something they try.
I literally just talking about work. No, basically working, perfecting my skills so I can make money because I am tired of being broke. So yes, listen to our podcast, start this community so we can generate some revenue and we can have better cameras and everything for y'all. Right now we don't have our microphone set up because we keep having issues.
Yeah.
If we just had some money.
Karion keep having issues.
You're right.
I'm good.
don't want to buy a new laptop. That Apple's cost way too much. But
He ain't invested in his podcast. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right
where your MacBook at? All you got is a water bottle. Where your MacBook at?
Do you not have a water bottle? Are you not hydrated because of me?
Do you see a water bottle on this table?
It's probably on the ground.
Don't worry about
exactly. Yeah.
He can't
playing games.
You ain't invested. You ain't got no MacBook.
I got the space and I got the water. He's supposed to do everything else.
I'm bringing the crystal light next time.
Exactly. Play your part.
I'm losing my train of thought. Redirecting myself back because somebody keep interrupting me.
I would say, somebody lost so they got to grab their head. I don't know. I don't know about your week. Everything's a blur.
I'm blurring right now.
God.
You blurred me.
Let me move us forward.
Yes, move.
I'm gonna bring you back.
I'm blurred.
So not only do we start a new year, we also just.
We're not gonna hear about your week.
I said my week was stressful.
I told you I'm blurred.
But 30 has changed too. You don't remember nothing. Anyways, not only have we started a new year, we've also gotten a new president.
Yep.
Joe. Big Joe.
Uncle Joe.
I ain't my uncle. He is not my uncle. Big old Joe. Joe was in President Joe. I don't know what to call him. Joe Biden was inaugurated last week. By the time y'all listen to this, it's gonna be a week old. He was inaugurated on the 20th of January. So that has been like the hot topic amongst everybody. So we kind of want to talk about that, right? You know, with podcasts, we talk about current events sometimes. We talk about topics that we enjoy. And that's a current event. And there's also aspects of that we wanted to explore. Like, how will Joe Biden being inaugurated or elected as president change people's mental health? Mm-hmm. Right? How would it affect people?
It's so much more bigger than just somebody new as president. Like I said, this changes a whole lot of dynamics. Because we saw the last few months, the dynamics of the last few months was crazy and hectic. So these next couple of months and years, hopefully, is a lot better for everybody. Well, at least the people that voted for him.
Some people mad I feel, boy, they grabbing their head like what I wanted to say is kind of like a disclaimer. We're not well versed in politics. I think we've said that before. I don't claim to know everything about Democrats or Republicans or politics in general. I do a little bit of research that I do. I make my decisions based on what I know and the conversations I have with well-informed people.
I'm just out here winging it, so that's my excuse.
Our views are our own. They do not reflect whoever we work for or maybe colleagues of ours. Like, what we say is Devon and Karion, right? If you don't like it,
I ain't better say nothing. You
don't like it, you don't have to listen. And just go listen to an older episode or wait for next one. This one is hard.
You don't have to like it. Just try to understand different viewpoints. That's the point of life. There's too many different people from many walks of life.
Yeah.
If you go through life just knowing just what you know and saying that is true for everybody, then that's just wrong right there. So at least be willing to be open to listen and try to understand different viewpoints. And if you want, try to educate us on some things. We're not against that. We went to college, so.
I like that you said that because I feel like people don't like to do that. And as I said earlier, during this podcast, we like to share different perspectives. And maybe we do have a different perspective from you.
Only a fool will claim to know everything.
And I do not know everything. I ain't no fool.
Not yet.
My parents did not raise me that way.
So, walk us into this, Devon.
Okay. So, if you haven't noticed, Joe Biden was elected. Not only was he elected, Kamala Harris was elected as vice president. That has so many different things around that, right?
Yeah.
Black woman, she has Indian
Asian
ancestry. I believe her mother's Indian. And she's a woman. So those three things right there, right? Phenomenal. That by itself, we used to have Caucasian male presidents.
She Asian American too.
Asian American?
Yeah.
I think it's for Indian. It's part of India than Asia.
Well, true. See, I'm not a fool because I don't know everything.
I'm giving him lessons. But
that's why I make sure people out there. She is not Indian. She's Asian.
It's not the same. I won't say it's not the same, but I think specifically her mother may be Indian. You can look that up if you want to verify. I wouldn't be out here saying anything wrong.
Now I remember back in undergrad, we did a group project and we mentioned Sandra Oh, and I mentioned that how she was she had Canadian in her, and somebody was in class like, no, she's not Canadian, no, she's American. I'm like, bro, I just googled this stuff. It's right there on her page. It says that she's Canadian American. Like, now I know Sandra. I'm like, I guess you know her personally. So
what do you mean she has Canadian in her?
Well, it says she's Canadian American.
So she might.
Her parents are.
Her parents are born in Canada or something.
And I guess she's born over here in America, which make her Canadian American.
Oh, gotcha.
But still, got the word Canadian in it.
That means you got Canadian in her.
I mean,
no specific Canadian.
I mean, but it still says Canadian.
Yeah.
Which would mean her parents are more so what, Canadian, right?
Probably.
Yeah, she got citizenship.
She got dual citizenship. But anyways, they bring us back because we're getting off track.
You getting off track.
You went on the whole Sandra Oh tangent, boy.
Oh, that brought me flashbacks of undergrad.
So I think here's the biggest thing with Joe Biden being elected and sworn in, right? We assume that we are going to have a president or somebody in office that's not going to spread hate, lies, and promote like disunity. I don't think that's a word, but promote
disconnect and all that.
Yeah, disconnect, chaos, and
separation.
Like that. Yeah, right. I remember throughout Trump's presidency receiving messages like every now and then, like, be careful. People are gonna be out here targeting people of color because they're mad or whatever the case may be. You ever get messages like that?
Some of them, and then like of course you see it all over social media and everything.
Which thankfully nobody in my family or anybody I knew was ever targeted or.
I got one of them messages not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with the election coming up. Yeah. People's like, be on your guard because people are riding around. Which I don't know. I don't know if people saying that to scare people. I don't know if people saying that so people can be on guard. But it's not comfort. It's not a comfortable thing to hear, right?
Nah.
It makes you kind of scared, you know.
Yeah.
Or at least a little cautious.
Cause you don't know what people are capable of. You see some of the things that people been doing, so okay, they do that. What else are they willing to do?
Exactly. And for everybody that's saying like, why are you saying you're cautious and everything? It's clearly a lie. I mean, these people stormed the Capitol. So it's like, then what won't they do? You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna put nothing past them.
No,
I ain't gonna put nothing past them. People will probably have some kind of relief. I would assume a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Now that, 45, I ain't gonna say his name, 45.
Twice impeached.
Twice impeached, new name. He left without a fight, because some people did think it was gonna be an issue with that. We have somebody new in here who wants to do new things.
Yeah.
Right? How do you think that's gonna change people's mental health?
I think the mental health, I feel like, was taking a shift once we got the results. Yeah. We knew at that point, okay, things are starting to look a lot better. It's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Granted, there's still people out there like, don't believe that they're all just puppets, blah, 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 just negative about it, but people need hope. Yeah. Regardless, people need some type of hope. Yeah. One of the greatest things somebody told me about hope is the acronym, hang on, pain ends. So that's what people is hoping for that pain to end. And that pain that we just suffered for 4 years it's looking like it's coming to an end now. So people are starting to feel better about themselves. Learn out. Take over.
God, 30, God. He more like 60, boy. I'm here forgetting everything. One of the ways I think people are going to be feel more comfortable is that he claims he wants to take the virus more serious.
Yeah, take the pandemic a lot more seriously and everything. Yeah. I read that Biden was left with basically nothing from Twice Impeached about the whole.
Seriously?
Yeah. They left with nothing. They was no
petty.
Yeah.
Take all my notes.
What notes?
You take money.
I'm just going to take this notebook. It's like when you first started a semester in college and you buy all this material notebooks and stuff and you never use it. Yeah. I got so many unused notebooks in my closet.
Blank notebooks. He just wrote on the cover of it, pandemic stuff. Ain't nothing in it.
That's exactly what I do. Psychology one. I never
write it. Boy, you terrible. You like 45. Yeah. So I call you Twice Impeached.
No, you ain't.
But here's some things that he said that he wants to do to put people at ease. And it also works two ways. So it's going to put people at ease, and it's also going to make people more anxious and frustrated, and I'll explain why. He has spoken about more mask mandates, I think more so in like federal buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think you got a 100-day plan to try to get things a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to get things better.
He's also talked about another possible lockdown. That goes two ways, like I said, right? Mm-hmm. So some people are going to have a sense of relief. Like finally have somebody in here that wants to take this serious, that wants to make sure that I'm safe and my family's safe.
Yeah.
Some people are going to look at that and say he's trying to take my rights away.
Trying to take the rights away, trying to show the economy. I don't know. These people are crazy.
But, I'm not a doctor. I haven't done research. So I know some people will be like, it's not good to wear a mask. It's not good for you. Or some people say...
Are these doctors saying that? Or these are like just random people on the streets and Facebook?
I think it's a little both.
Really?
I think it depends, yeah. Some people are like, it's not good to wear a mask.
Let me ask you this. I saw this online.
Yeah.
See many people with like a cold.
What do you mean?
Hey, like actually go throughout the year, might get colds and might get sick for a little bit. You had a cold? You were raw dogging this air, won't you?
No, I won't know you.
I ain't really had no cold throughout the whole year, no time wearing a mask and whatnot, because, staying protected, masked up.
I have.
You out here raw dogging air.
I promise you, I always got
kill my argument.
I always got But I get what you're saying. Like, you're saying that some people are saying that colds have gone down.
Yeah, like
because we've been wearing masks.
Yeah, because we're a country where work is so important to us that we go to work sick and everything doesn't matter. And, we don't protect ourselves. Probably not wash our hands as much. No sanitizers. Or we out here just being nasty.
Yeah,
and
spraying germs.
Yeah, so now people, at least hopefully more people now, clean their hands more, wiping down things, sanitizing. Like I said, people wearing the mask and stuff like that. So it kind of reduces some of those germs being passed on to other people.
Yeah, it's definitely caused us to kind of look at how we are as far as cleanliness. Right?
Dirty.
Need to wash your hands more. Stop touching your eyes and mouth. And
I already knew people were
like
dirty,
that.
but sheesh.
Yeah, you really found it out. I think that's how it spread a lot too. Is people really don't pay attention to being clean. Mm-hmm. But to go back to like the argument that some people make that wearing the mask isn't good, and then that lockdowns don't actually do anything. Some people have like actually studied that and are arguing against lockdowns. So
what are some of the arguments if you remember?
It's not good for the economy. It doesn't slow the virus. Different things like that. Again, I'm not the master researcher. You're gonna have to go and look. And I'm sure you've heard people say these things, right? I'm just trying to present all different arguments, right?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be two-sided. Some people are gonna be happy, some people are gonna be frustrated, right? That was the whole thing as far as that.
I say for the naysayers out there, granted personal opinion, look at the countries that are successful right now during this time. Mm-hmm. What have they done and what haven't we done? Just compare and contrast us to people who are doing well right now.
They have done lockdowns, right?
Lockdown,
they forced people to be in the house. Yeah. Like, you ain't going nowhere. Like, we had, like, here in Virginia, are we still technically on one? Did they ever end it?
I think we're still in phase one.
We had, like, a curfew.
We started in phase, and the phase is phased out.
Yeah. People just forget about it. We've had curfews. And I don't think they've ever really been enforced.
I think we're still on curfew, mainly for like the restaurants and stuff to close down, like businesses to close down at 10. Yeah.
But I don't think police are like sitting in dark places waiting for people. I got one here at 12:01 and the curfew's at 12. I don't know anybody personally that's got pulled over for being out late. But then at the same time, like, I don't think anybody's going anywhere because things are closed.
Yeah, for the most part. When we first had lockdown, I was scared to drive outside at a certain time. They gonna get me. I got to go though. They're
gonna put you in the penitentiary,
right? Just cough on me. Oh, you want to leave, huh?
So I don't know. I would say that's probably a good point though. We look at the countries that have done better.
What have they done successfully that we could adopt to potentially be successful ourselves?
Yeah. Americans are hard-headed.
Well, what?
Just like Karion. Anyways, so what is like this new time as far as new president, new vice president? What does it mean for women? We have the first. Not only is she the first Black, Asian, vice president. She's the first woman person to hold a position of
Why should I be a woman person?
I said woman person. She's the first woman. I don't know why I said it. She's the first woman to hold a position of power that high.
Yeah.
Right. We haven't even had like a Caucasian woman be vice president.
No.
So that by itself, man. We've talked about in previous episodes how representation matters.
Yes.
So to see somebody like her, who may look like your auntie or mom or cousin, whoever, or somebody you know, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Representation really matters.
It makes people, just like it was for how it was for Barack.
Yeah.
It makes people feel like, okay, well, I too can get to that level because this person did.
Yeah, it's possible. He's shown that there is a way to do this. Just like Kamala, she's shown that there is a way for women to reach this level if they really truly want to do it.
And we were fortunate enough to see both in our lifetime.
Sure
We've seen
was.
the first black man president. We've seen the first black woman vice president, and she's also Asian descent. I don't want to discount that.
Just imagine how crazy they go. We had the first black and vice president, both of them black. Boy,
Yes.
this country
Yes.
go crazy.
I've said Oprah and what's her name, Michelle should win as vice. Change them, put whoever in which spot as vice and president.
I don't think Michelle trying to go back in that office.
Man, have two women like that.
I think
it'd be cool.
I think they kind of mentioned how like that was when Barack was in. They were kind of stressful in their life.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I can imagine.
I think Barack said something that he didn't want to run again because basically he needed to be there for his family at this point.
Took a toll on the family.
Yeah, he didn't want to be vice president because that's 4 years of stress.
Yeah, but I know as black people, we were ecstatic. Yeah, we winning out here.
But that's back when we had the Boondocks. Boy, it was lit.
Man, I can imagine how those episodes would be today. I can imagine how those episodes would be today. But
amazing.
Like I said, like there's some people. I saw one story recently about a woman who I think she was like in her 90s or something, and she was either the daughter of like sharecroppers or grandparents were slaves.
Sheesh.
Or something like that. And it was like just for her to be like to see the first black man and then the first black woman vice president. It's phenomenal.
A huge milestone.
What did it say? Black boy joy and black girl magic.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they're adults, but you know, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. So we already talked about representation and what it means. You shared something before we sat down and did a podcast about how people out here say, like, my daughter, I told my daughter that somebody.
Oh, you before the podcast. People out here, y'all crazy for clout. Just want to say that. You know, my BS meter goes up sometimes when I see stuff. Yeah. Like, for example, I saw a picture online saying, when I dropped my daughter to school this morning, you know, before she got out of the car, I told her, say, by the time I pick you up, you know, it's going to be a black female vice president, and her face just lit up. If your kid's like in elementary school, I'm just saying, unless y'all really discuss politics and all that stuff in the house, and she is the child is well informed.
Yeah.
For most people, I don't think so. Letting kids be kids. No, kids ain't worried about no politics. I call BS. I ain't gonna lie. I say it. I call BS. I think those stories are very fabricated for clout. You know, get those likes and whatnot, those mentions.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good. You know, those are narratives we need to hear.
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, I think it's a little fabricated.
And like you said, there has to be families where that is true. Where they talk to their kids about politics and the importance of
I'm not saying it's 100% made
I'm
up.
saying everybody.
Yeah.
That little John, I told him, boy, you're going to have a black vice president. He was like, Mama, I'm so happy. It's like, he's fine. He
worry about
Fortnite. Really understand. Yeah, he really understand like what that means. And if he does, that's great. But you know, stop lying, people.
You know, one thing I saw that was funny.
What?
I saw somebody say, "It feels good that politics better go back to being boring."
They're saying because like with 45, it was like a circus.
Yeah, Twice Impeached was just.
It was like a reality
Twitter fingers, and he was always doing something. Every time I would wake up in the morning, check my phone, I was like, okay, what's going on in the world today?
He said something, he did something, he promoted something.
Yes.
It was like a reality TV show. I swear, it was like, again.
But when I was younger, like what Bush and Clinton, I barely knew who they were, to be honest. But I feel like now social media is it's more now, and he was just all over it all the time.
Yes, he was.
Granted, we had TV, we had dial-up internet, we could look them up.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, who our president again?
Like you said, I was more focused on like Kids Next Door and whatever cartoon I was watching, that a video game I was
playing outside and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, my parents would talk about these people, but it wasn't like any real significance to me.
Yeah.
Because you're a child, you know what I mean? Like,
but the game has definitely changed nowadays, because when I used to work with kids, and politics even had the kids divided. You bring up, I remember I was at middle school, and one of my clients who was like in band class or whatever, and they got a new student. Mm-hmm. And the new student came in, my name's such and such, and I'm a twice impeached supporter.
They really said that?
Yes.
How old are they?
8th grade.
Oh, okay.
They came straight in.
Older. Okay.
Yeah, they came straight in and they said, I'm a twice impeached supporter. In my head, I'm like, why? Not why are you a supporter? Yeah. Why do you feel the need to state that in your introduction to a new school, new class?
Yeah.
And of course, my particular kid did not like that.
Yeah.
And
what they say?
They was ready to fight him. Because of the banter stuff that was going on inside the classroom, because there was no agreements going on for real in that classroom.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, first of all, you are a male. That is a female. You can't fight a female.
It was a girl that said I'm a twice impeached. Okay.
Yeah. And then I had to give him that whole spiel about we have to learn to live with each other. Like, we do it every day regardless. Anyway,
Exactly.
Despite people's views and what they think on different stuff, we work with people, live with people, we communicate with people every day that has different opinions than us. And we might not know it, but we live in this reality where everybody thinks differently.
Yeah.
And you have to learn to live with that.
There's adults that need to learn that lesson.
Boy, what?
Because there's
whole
grown people.
Whole 70-something million people that need to learn.
You're right. There's grown people that can't seem to understand that. And as soon as somebody will say, I support whoever,
mm-hmm.
they're already, I don't want to hear nothing that you have to say. I don't like you. And I think you and I I know I have with other people, but you and I have had conversations about why it was a little bit different this time. Because of what 45
Twice impeached
represented,
yeah.
Right? It wasn't just politics. Mm-hmm. It went far beyond politics into the realms of like racism, misogyny, sexism.
Hate.
He talked hate speech, right? So it was kind of like, I remember I asked somebody before, can you separate an artist from their art?
Do you still listen to R. Kelly?
No, I personally don't. I know some people that do though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and maybe that's a good perspective for some of you out there that do still listen to
Robert,
R. Kelly and other artists that have been, identified as doing crazy things. You've been able to separate art from artists. Can you do the same for president? Because I'm sure everything 45 did wasn't bad. I'm sure. I don't know.
He has done the most for black people since Abraham Lincoln. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's what he claims.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Oh my God.
You don't remember him saying that?
Nah,
I think it was Abe Lincoln that he said, I've done most of black people
He
since.
would say that.
Yeah.
That's
I think that was during the time of the protests and everything, over the summer.
He would say some stuff like that. But that's a good point though, right? Like, if I give it to you in that perspective, does that change the way you think about that?
I feel like his whole administration was based on that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's hard to separate that when that's just who he was at the core.
Yeah.
And he won't change it for nobody.
Yeah.
He won't try to apologize or nothing.
Exactly.
No responsibility.
Exactly.
That's just who he was.
Exactly.
And we had no choice but to accept that.
Like I said, I don't listen to R. Kelly's music anymore because of what he represents. And I don't support people when they show me this is what I represent.
Yeah.
I don't. You do what you want to do, but we've done it with him, 45. I don't know why we won't do it with other people.
I'll just show you this quote. They say, I've done more for the black community than any president since Abraham Lincoln. I don't know what he did for us. I guess he showed us, people's true colors, their true intents.
He helped us realize who was closeted racist.
Yeah.
In that aspect. In that sense.
Yeah. That's something what did you just say before I showed you that?
Changing your perspective, separating an artist from art.
I was more so looking for the exact words that you just said.
I don't know.
You talking about me blurring? You talking about me blurring?
I really don't know.
The bottom of it is talking.
I do want to give a shout out to what's the dude's name?
Oh, nice.
Eugene Goodman.
Okay.
Eugene Goodman. This dude was the dude that led the mob away from lawmakers during the attack on the Capitol.
Yeah.
Right. He has been promoted because of his hard work, because of what he was willing to do. Guess what this man is now? Acting Deputy Sergeant at Arms for the Senate. And he escorted Kamala and her husband.
I saw that. I didn't know the other part though.
Yeah.
He boosted up in the ranks.
That's when you do your job right.
Boy, I ain't never get no boost like that at JCPenney.
Right. Boy. I also wouldn't have somebody came in trying to take over JCPenney. I'd have been like, took my name tag out and be like,
I made just over minimum wage. I don't know if this is enough.
Pay me enough for this, boy.
Barely pay my cell phone
They
bill.
tell me how to live my life on the line there with this.
You know, they cut my hours because I didn't get no credit card applications.
Right. What you about to pull up?
Nothing.
I thought you had something else.
No, I was just looking.
One of the most interesting things for me, besides Corona and pandemic and everything, that's important too.
Yeah.
But another thing is, Joe Biden has talked about erasing student debt. Now, we've talked about that before.
Now, please explain what he mean by erase.
Okay, so not everything. Not everything.
Because he getting my hopes up.
Recently, I think he said he wants to erase up to $10,000. At one point, I think they were trying to say
50 or
maybe
something.
up to 50,000.
Yeah.
But I think recently it's been $10,000, which is, I mean, shoot, it's good enough. Something is better than nothing.
Speak for yourself.
Nah, something better.
You don't have as much debt as I do.
Look,
I guess I get it. Something is better than nothing, but I need him to do that 10 times. At least 10
he's trying to
times.
get it. He's trying to get all of it erased.
Yes! I don't plan on paying it back. I'm just letting you know.
You
That's
know,
the only way they want to get it back.
I've heard an argument for why they shouldn't take away student loan debt.
They shouldn't?
Yeah.
Why shouldn't
Well,
they? I need to hear this.
So I was reading online. Some people are saying it gives an unfair advantage to those that didn't go to college. If you take away the debt of somebody who went and got their master's degree, now this person, they already tend to make more money than someone who doesn't have a master's degree, and now they don't have any debt. So you're gonna make more money and you don't have to pay nothing. And then it talks about how there's people who would have gone to college but didn't because of money. What's your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't say it's an unfair advantage, you know. It's an unfair advantage that we got to go in so much debt just to try to even get a job.
That's true.
You know, going to school itself is risky.
That's true.
Not going to school is risky.
That's true.
It's you trying to figure out your walk in your life. Just because you didn't choose that, you shouldn't look at it as, well, they getting a handout.
Yeah.
What are you doing in your life to make things in your life work? Don't worry about them, per se. I guess I'm a little biased because, you know, I got so much debt.
Yeah, we're going to be biased because I thought about it. I was like, what if I decided to not go to school because I was concerned about money? So I decided to like do something else.
But my argument for that, what did you choose to do? Because there are valuable options out there for you.
That is true.
There's people, I have my master, and there's so many people out there doing a whole lot better than me right now that don't have any college education.
Yeah.
And what are you doing with yourself? You know, depending, like, are you just working a minimum wage job all your life and you fussing, well, it ain't fair because I had to work here because I ain't want to go college. You didn't make the right move. No, either you did make the right moves that was best for you, or you got complacent.
Yeah. And I would be so happy if this goes through. But I also, at the same time, I kind of do. It makes me kind of like feel for people who aren't going to receive any kind of. I know you got a rebuttal, but just think about it in this way. Like, there are people who weren't able to go get a trade, weren't able to go to college because of money. So maybe they worked at McDonald's or Walmart, and you know they're making whatever they're making. They're not going to receive up to $10,000 on personal debt to pay off their car or anything else that they have, because that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about student loan debt. So like,
if anything, it evens out the playing field, because even with our student loan debt, we still have other debt, just like other people.
that's true.
And my rebuttals, I was going to say, was with him wanting to cancel at least $10K. Well, if he cancel all of it, hopefully, God, I hope he do. But he also wants tuition-free college. So for those people who did not go because of those reasons, this is your opportunity to go now.
Very good point.
And if you choose not to go at this point, then you have no right to complain.
Very good point.
Granted, I know there still might be life situations and
you
everything.
got 5 kids. It's kind of hard to go to college. You got 5 kids. So
People do it. People do it.
People do it.
But my thing is, now you don't have that argument to stand on because now you have an opportunity to go for free.
To community college.
Is it just community college?
I think so.
I know it's like state colleges and long as like.
Oh, it's state college?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just assumed that it wasn't like those. As long as it wasn't for-profit
Go
type
ahead,
schools.
look it up.
As long as it wasn't for-profit type schools, I assume like.
If it's state colleges, that would be dope. Tuition free, and you can go get a bachelor's degree. Now, there's challenges with that too, because then the market's going to be even more oversaturated with people with bachelor's degrees.
So
it's going to be like you're not going to be able to make as much. Everybody got a
I
bachelor's.
don't make as much now.
Correct out here.
I'm broke already now. I made more money with my bachelor's degree. I made so much more
But you
money.
have
The potential.
the potential and ability to make more because you have a master's.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully.
Another thing he did was freeze federal payments on student loans.
Yes, because I'm not trying to make no payments right now.
Until the end of September 2021. I'm so happy for that. I was counting down the days, boy. I was like, at the end of January 2021, I'm gonna have to pay this money.
I gotta make a phone call because I had to defer my joint.
I ain't got it. A lot of times, I be wanting to tell like all the people I owe debt to, school, car, home, it's been paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Like my ancestors paid. Like we didn't get reparations. This I will write you an I owe you. I got you when I got you.
Write this student loan off and give me a Tesla.
Right. I need the equivalent of 40 acres and a mule in today's money. That's what I need.
Yes.
That's what I need. That's one thing. I don't think he ever really promoted reparations when he was running.
No.
I know some candidates spoke about it. I don't think he was the one that was for it. But it will be interesting to see what he does specifically for the black community.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because we're part of the black community. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't do anything for anybody else, but I'm saying it will be interesting to see what he does specifically for our community. He should do stuff for other communities as well, but I want to see what he's doing for us.
Yep.
Right? Because I know he's had some things that he's talked about he wants to do for certain communities. Haven't really heard anything about the black community. I could be wrong.
We're not politicking for one.
Let me know if I am wrong. But I like to see something as far as like, I doubt we're going to get reparations from him. That's just being realistic. But like, can we get like some more like specialized grants or like even more tuition taking away money for student loans for us or something?
Yeah.
Give me a credit for buying a home, like something, right?
Something.
It's hard out here.
It looked like it is for community colleges, but still, that's still great. You know, that's an opportunity because you can learn.
Get associates.
You can get trades from community colleges.
Okay.
They have like welding classes and stuff, like trucking classes at TCC.
I'm about to go back, boy. I'm about to go. I'm going to keep on going back. I'm at like 5 trades.
Go ahead. Shoot, they got programs, like granted, TCC probably the cheapest way in a sense, because financial aid and free college hopefully. Yeah. But there are programs out there. I know one of my siblings, they joined a trucking program. Yeah. It's a 4-week course. Granted, it's about $1,000 a week, but
that's how much it costs. So okay.
But he's ready for the road as soon as he finishes the program, and he was getting job offers within the first week of training.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow. First week?
Yeah. I think
college ain't like that.
From like 55 to 65K. Now, granted, though, it depends on what type of trucking you want to do.
Go ahead and pass that, Joe. So I can go ahead and go be a trucker.
You say you gonna be a trucker?
Be a welding trucker. An electrician. I'm gonna do it all, boy.
Plumbing.
What you need done?
HVAC.
I can do it all.
Oh man, you stupid.
One thing I wanted to tie it back to mental health though. If he does take away $10,000, that's just going to be one more thing that alleviates some stress for people. Now, like I said, there are counter arguments, but for the majority of people, you're going to be happy. Yeah. You either know somebody, you got kids, siblings, or yourself. You have student loan.
That's only gonna be 1/10 of my stress going. I still got 9/10 left.
Good amount of mine, boy.
Yes, it's like that. Mine is so much more multiplied than yours. It's ridiculous. That's why I need him to do that about 10 times.
I take it.
But like I said, for people, like I said in general, that can cut like a $600 payment probably down to $400 maybe, something like that. So they saving money in the long run.
And it's going to cut down the amount of time you have to pay on that loan.
Boy, my thing right now, I just wish I was making decent money right now. So while there's a hold on student loan stuff, I can actually start making payments to it. But I don't make enough to make the payment. I'm making enough just to get by.
Yeah.
I need to make enough so I can make payments too.
So you can defer them when you do have to pay them back. Right?
I hope so. I'm trying.
They like, nope.
I'll be on the phone.
They like, you gave you all this time.
I'll be on the phone like Tyrese. What more do you want from me? I can't do this.
Everything. They're like, we didn't give you a year, sir.
A year.
Should have gotten together.
I said, you know what it's like to be a year of a counselor in training. It's stressful.
I don't think they do.
Nah.
I don't think these old people that make these rules, I don't think they know.
They need to up them how much. They need to put more money and funding into the mental health field. We need more money. We stressed out.
That's another interesting thing I would like to see if he does anything with that, the mental health field.
We are stressed out too.
Increase the money we make by 10,000. That's how I want to see.
You know what? Why we added get free community college.
Yes.
And when you get to the undergrad level and master's level, PhD level, y'all need to weigh how much these degrees cost. My psychology degree should not be the same price as an engineering degree. I know it was my choice to go for psychology. I know I messed up there.
See?
But it should not have cost, that mess up should not cost the same as a successful engineer. I'm just saying.
That's the crazy thing about it, though.
Yeah.
You know, and we've talked about this before. Like, you can go for one, like basket weaving. Like, that's what we joke around with that. But you can go for something like art history. Nothing wrong with that. Just an example. You're not going to make the same coming out with that as you will if you do like computer
science, IT, and all that,
engineering or business management stuff
Yeah.
like that. So you're saying that those degrees that don't make as much should be cheap?
Yeah, they ain't going right.
They got to pay the professors. They got to pay. They got to keep the lights on.
We already know most of these colleges get most of their money from sports. So they can pay all them professors with that sport money. And stop building. No, y'all need to build more parking lots. Free parking lots for students to park in. Stop charging people to park on campus where they pay $1,000 to go to.
I'm going to tell you where they not getting money from.
Where?
Me. They send me them little letters. Hey, Devon, you know.
First day after I graduated, they got a letter in the mail. Will you donate to us? Donate.
You spare some money? Nope.
What money you want me to
I owe y'all money. I'm gonna give you money. I owe you money. Don't make no kind of sense. Make it make sense.
This money I want me to donate is not even going towards my loans.
Right?
Lost your
Let's
mind.
make it go towards interest. So I wanted to propose a funny question and just kind of see how this will play out.
It better get ridiculous, y'all.
It is about to get ridiculous. If Karion and myself ran for president and vice president, would y'all vote for us?
My question is, when I was reading this, well, it looked like I would be president and you'd be vice president. It seems like you want all the heat. You want me to have all the smoke, and you just in the background just in case. You there to support me if needed, and it's like I feel like your foot is halfway in the door just in case I need you, and your foot's the other way. Like, nah, Karion, he acting crazy today. I'm gonna go back out.
You already seen how Obama grade from being president. I already have gray hair. You trying to make me like Snow White?
Yeah.
White? Nah,
Yeah.
that's why you won't be president. You older. You got more life experience. I'll back you up, bro. I'll back you up. First thing, you gotta have a good slogan. What would be your slogan?
It's not hard to be nice. No. It's not hard to not be stupid. I'm going with that. It's not hard to not be stupid.
That's a long slogan.
Just do
You
the
like 3 words. Obama was, yes, we can.
You asked me for my slogan. You ain't say no. Look at the previous president.
I'm just saying.
If I got to come up with 3 words.
It ain't catchy.
If I had to come up with 3 words, don't be stupid. Common sense, easy.
Yeah. I'm about to say what I would use as a slogan. It's long, and I just got on you for being long, but I've liked this guy for saying this recently. Play stupid games, you'll win stupid prizes. Look at these other people that's running.
Nah, I got a better one.
What?
Another one of your slogans that you use for life. As I'm running for the first time for president, my journey gonna be, what did you learn? What did you learn from that last president? What did you learn?
Oh man, what if they learn good stuff though? What if the last president?
If I was running for this particular one,
Okay.
if I ran
Okay, I got
I ran for this particular one.
Now, what did you learn? Then look at him. Now, what did you learn?
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing.
What would you do as president?
What would I do?
You don't even know, yo.
I'd probably be the first president with a video game room.
Would you want to sleep in the White House?
Yeah, but we getting new mattresses in the I don't need that mattress replaced. I don't know if they keep old ones or not. Well, no.
I would hope so.
I would hope so too, but we never know.
I don't want to sleep in no bed from the 1800s, neither.
Nah, they gonna hate me because my joint gonna be modernized and whatnot. It's gonna be modern. I don't want
We
to
renovate it.
And of course, you already know I'm gonna have just like how you got here. I'm having guitars up here. I'm gonna have pictures of Jimi Hendrix and all this. I'm gonna have pictures of me everywhere.
Oh Lord, we about to have another 45.
For what?
That's what it sounds like. I'm about to have pictures of me everywhere. I'm important.
Stop comparing me to that person, that human being.
Do you feel this kind of off topic, but it's on topic? It relates to the White House and being president. You think the White House is haunted?
You already know how I feel on ghosts.
But it ain't real. It ain't real.
I can't.
You got a non-believer, y'all.
Let me. I can't say I necessarily believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
And you always tell me, watch what I say. I can't say I believe in ghosts until I experience it for myself. I need to see a ghost say boo to my face.
Now, Karon's saying that for him.
It's great. There's some things that science can't explain, but I need to know.
Based on what I know, what I've experienced, what I've seen, I would think it's probably haunted. It has too much old stuff in there.
That's why we're renovating.
We're going to get rid of the old beds and stuff.
You already said you don't want to sleep in no old 1800 bed.
That just means I don't want to sleep in it.
You probably don't sleep in the first bed George Washington slept on.
No, nah, boy. I definitely ain't doing that.
Around with pea stains.
I'm definitely not doing that. Nah, I would need. Y'all heard they got to build me a new room. Just build me a new room. Just build a new wing to the White House.
I'm gonna take the wing with me when I leave.
Well, what would you want to do? Like, what would you run on? You know, people are like, I'm gonna change this. I'm for climate control. I don't think any president say that, but like, you know, politicians in general. Or I'm for fixing the economy, or improving international relations. Blah blah blah.
You make things hard because I'm not very political, informative.
Just come from Kamala perspective. If you had to be in a position of power, a lot of people relied on you. What would you do?
You already know how I feel about expectations. You don't set my expectations too high.
I can tell y'all right now.
Why don't they say that?
I can tell y'all right now.
I choose my words very deliberately.
Karion ain't gonna do nothing as president.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Wow.
You could be like, what do you expect me to do?
I'm just one man. Y'all already know I'm a puppet at this point. Sheesh.
Oh man.
I don't know. What would you advise me to do as my vice president?
So basically, it sounds like I would be the one pulling the strings, and you would just be the figurehead. That's what it sounds.
No. I said, what would you do to advise me? I need advice.
I mean, shoot.
I can take that advice and do what I want with it.
One of the things I'd be like, we're going to Flint and fixing this water situation, and I would just kind of, I think I would want to like focus on health.
Devon gonna go down there. All right, go to Walmart, buy all the great value water, and just give it to him. That's gonna be Devon's plan.
Nah, I would donate. I don't know how much vice presidents get paid, but I know presidents make like $400K a year.
Man, all the money they be spending on everything else, we ain't gotta donate our own salary. We can relocate that money.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a lot of money that's being thrown around to places that don't be needed.
Exactly.
Like these roads out here where we live at, bro, I promise they rebuild the same roads over and over.
They do the same road, and there's certain roads that ain't never fixed.
Right?
But anyways, how would you handle the vision in the country as president?
How that song go? Try Jesus.
Don't try me.
We gonna come together. If not, these hands gonna come together with your face. Nah, that's promoting violence. I feel that's hard because people. When somebody's stuck on their ways, you're not changing them.
Yeah.
And so you saw how they had almost like a cultural sensitive type class that all these higher people need to take. They're like, that's racist. No, why do we need to take these classes for?
Who took those classes?
I want to say, I can't remember who, but I know at one point it was going around like no culturally sensitive type classes going on.
Okay.
They're like, nah, we don't need to take that. That's no infringing on us and all that. I'm like, they're just people stuck in their ways. They don't care about other people.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to force them to care. Yeah. Even when you force them, they're just going to put on the front.
Yeah. I think what I would do is, and I'm sure this sounds easier than what it is, because sometimes they need the approval of the Senate and House or whatever. But I would have psychologists come in, and I would do testing on all these people that are in these positions. People in the Senate, people in the House of Representatives, people that work for the White House. And I would try to get a good handle on if these people are in these positions to do the right thing, or they in these positions for money, status, or they're doing stuff for other people's interests. And I would just weed out the people that ain't trying to do it right.
Especially people like education and stuff like that. I'm trying to make sure, okay, what are you here for? If you're here for social justice and everything.
Exactly.
If you're not, then
you need to go
find another job.
I would kick you out. I would make it public too.
They gonna pull out his phone. Yeah, watch me kick him out.
Get out. Look at you. Look at how you looking. But I would improve.
Now, what did you learn?
I would right. That's I would try to improve education. I would try to improve the health system. I would try to promote physical activity. I would just try to make the country better, and I would just try to teach people we can be different. I don't think the country is necessarily a melting pot. I think it's more like a salad. You got the different pieces that make up this great meal, so to speak. They're separate, but when they come together, it's a great
amazing
thing. Yeah, and that's something that I would push. And I would give reparations. Yeah.
Yeah. So Karion's presidency is gonna be a good one. I'm at the bottom of my corner.
He gonna use me. I mean,
that's part of your job.
That's what sounds.
That's part of your job.
What did vice president really do?
I don't know.
Exactly. I don't think anybody know.
I mean, they be talking about they be talking about what Joe did when he was vice president. I'm like, when he do that?
What did he do?
I don't know. They say he did this. I'm like, I don't know what he did.
I'm trying to be chilling in my room in the White House. My special built room that I have built in the White House.
As your president, I'm gonna take your door off. Ain't gonna be too much
privacy. That's crazy.
Ain't gonna be too much. What kind of privacy you need? You know, the White House is privacy enough.
President.
The White House is privacy enough.
On another people broken.
Anyways, we headed towards the end of this podcast, and I just want to say this because I'm disappointed in you, Devon.
What?
You said you was going to give a shout out to somebody and you didn't give a shout out.
At the end of the podcast.
You put it at the beginning.
Well, you should have did it then.
Nah, you said you going to.
Anyways, I agree. First, I'm going to give a shout out to the podcast, Worse Than the Internet. Amazing podcast. Funny. Go check them out on Spotify.
Hold on, Corey.
Spotify.
How many episodes did you listen to, Devon?
And Apple Podcasts.
How many?
Corey, I don't know you personally.
How many episodes you listen to my buddy Corey podcast? I listened
to the part where you got on Karion, and I just want to say I agree with you. All that break, that hiatus, that was Karion's fault.
Corey, I just want to say.
You told him, don't stop no more. I'm going to say the same. Don't stop no more, Karion.
Corey, I just want to say, let me talk.
We trying to be great, and we can't be great when I'm just doing all the work.
All you do is provide the water bottle.
Laptop.
All you do is provide the water bottle.
Laptop. I provide you nourishment for your body.
Just water
hydrating your cells and everything. And you out here.
Why my skin still dry?
I don't know. That's a personal problem. I give you the tools. You use them. See.
Corey, just know that he said he only listened to the part where you shouted us out.
Guys, I want to thank you for listening to our podcast today.
You're not a true fan.
It's been amazing.
I listened to every episode.
We don't know a lot about politics, but we try.
Except the Drake episode. Y'all was kind of riding Drake. I don't care about Drake.
Yeah, I don't really care for Drake either. That's a one.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for allowing us to redirect your attention. We hope to see you guys next week, and give us a listen. Share us, like us, interact with us online. Karion ain't got nothing to do. He'll respond. And we'll go from there.
I'll try to respond.
Redirect out.
Peace.